you through what Zscaler has been doing in the zero trust and AI. Now again, AI, since it's a buzzword, right? We have to attach AI to every technology. So I'll be quickly guiding you through all of the the way Zscaler does its business and how we will be supporting all the academic institutions on the lines of not only training, but what after that, what next. Okay, so my topic is about zero trust plus AI security for Bharat. Now, again, though this whole program is a global program, but today we are confined towards what we would be doing in India. Just a quick, agenda. Look out. I'll be introducing about what Zscaler does, then followed by different cyber attacks that have happened in the recent past. Why do nations and organizations get hacked? And I know this is not the right forum, but I'll be talking about and telling you how banks are robbed. It's not for enabling you to rob banks, but it's more on the lines of telling you how robbing a bank is directly associated with stealing data. Followed by obviously zero trust security and Zscaler's solutions. Yeah. So now Zscaler's mission is straightforward. It is to secure, simplify, and transform businesses. We are a strong public company, already listed in NASDAQ 100 with over 2.9 billion of ARR. We secure almost all the organizations that have partnered with us, right from the partners of ours, followed by the customers. When we see to it that there is 50% reduction in security incidents, we simplify and eliminate the excess cost of having different security architectures. We then transform the business agility, which not only increases the business revenue, but also sees that everything which is private to you is isolated from the external network. India, as you know, is a very key market for many companies. For us as well, India is a very key market. We have over 400 customers with 3,200 plus employees alone in India. The global workforce of Zscaler is about 8,000. And we have 7 data centers in India, one of the biggest footprint after obviously US. We have 1,700 plus customers who are secured globally and 12 million plus users who are again secured globally from different organizations with different configurations. Our key India customers are all of the top 4 GSIs, the top 4 banks. Obviously, we are also in the public sector, wherein we have multiple key accounts. Obviously, the public sector works in a different way. We secure everything on a private cloud, do not send anything to the internet. Okay, this was very recent. Our CEO Jay Chaudhary, this is his mission as well. He was here in India, had a chance to meet our Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji, and also with Shri Jiten Prasad, who is the Minister for State for Telangana. Sorry, but it was more on the lines of one, obviously the business, second, securing public sector, and the third key point which was discussed during Modi ji's meeting was about skilling. Now, skilling not only from a student perspective, but skilling right from academicians all the way up to students who are in schools, right? So I'll be mentioning about that also very soon. But this initiative is very close to our CEO. He has been funding us. This initiative, as you all are aware, is again not for profit, but it's more on the lines of skilling and making the future workforce ready on Zscaler's technology. Cyber attacks on India. Now, this was again Modi ji's statement that India saw over 10 crore cyber attacks after the Belgaum terror attack, which was very unfortunate, and that there is need to be alert and make efforts at every level to defeat such attacks in the changed method of warfare. Now, today's warfare has only 2 things. One is the air warfare, second is the cyber warfare. Cyber warfare, as you know, is quite prominent from, again, nation to nation, state-funded nation attackers, so on and so forth. This is again one other snippet. I will not get into the depths of this, but there were 138% rise in all of the government sites being attacked. Obviously, after the Pahalgam attack. Again, very recent, as of probably last month, there was one such telecom provider whose data was again breached. Obviously, when data breaches, when data goes out, you have to have security. And as they say, security comes with an incident. That's where we come in and try to secure all the organizations. Now, how exactly does this cyber breaches happen? I will, as I mentioned, I will be, correlating this to how to rob a bank. Obviously, when a thief has to rob a bank, he has to go look out for different branches, then try to look out for a entry point or the ingress point to break in, look out for the safe where the cash is stored, and then have an exit plan. Now, similar to this, we also have something related to the security standpoint, wherein all of your, as you can see, these are the data centers beneath here, right? Again, data center to data center traffic is always interconnected, and your end users. Many organizations have been using some static, security architecture, but this architecture ultimately breaches or leaves your public IP addresses out. And when your public IPs are out, that becomes the very initial attack surface. Now, this attack surface is the ingress point for any attacker to get into your databases, or for that matter, to get into your systems and pull out all the information. Once a user is again compromised, or you might have some applications which are not patched, right? Those are another aspect wherein attackers like of the state-funded attackers / anyone who is looking out for a ransom compromise the users or the systems directly. And once that's done, they move laterally to another site wherein, let's say, site 1 had only internal user data. Site 2 has your customer data. They move there, pull out the customer data, and then they have the exit plan wherein they steal the data. Okay, now why are nations being attacked, or why are organizations being attacked? Obviously, everyone has a data center, you have a branch office, you have a factory, right? You have your SaaS applications or infrastructure as a service applications. Everything is covered and protected with the firewall. Ultimately, your firewall also leaves out your public IP addresses, which again become the ingress points. And once your public IPs are exposed, that's the attack surface which would be, I would say, exploited by the attackers. Get into the systems, leave a malware, leave an exploit, and then followed by moving laterally into all of your data centers and then taking the data out to the internet. Obviously, after the data goes to the internet, it is sold on different dark web websites, which again is illegal, but since there were no security measures taken in place, that's the reason why the organization is hacked. Now, before I move ahead, a quick question. What exactly is zero trust? A question to the audience. Anyone?
Don't trust anybody.
Don't trust any traffic, sorry?
Don't trust anybody.
Don't trust anyone. Sorry?
Check every resources, don't trust anyone, and you have to check it for each and every resources.
Right, okay.
Before trust verify.
Before trust verify. Well, but is this not a negative term? Zero trust, right? Obviously, no one wants to have a negative architecture in their organization. So, this zero trust basically has a line beneath which our CEO always tells us. Zero implicit trust and minimal explicit trust. So the implicit and the explicit words are again hidden between the zero trust thingy. And as you know, now again to explain zero trust well, I will be correlating to a airport incident, right? Consider you go to an airport, right? You're done with the security check. You went there, ultimately the guy who's checking you, the security officer, finds that you have not removed your wallet. You have to again go back, put the wallet, but again you'll have to go through the metal detector. He will not say, since you were already from the metal detector, I'll let you go, right? That's something which is called as never trust and but always verify. Now Zscaler's zero trust solution is on the mission of connecting any site to any site with zero trust communication using business policies and not networks. Okay, networks, by that what I mean to say is by not using proxies or VPNs. Now, reimagine the complete cyber architecture with the zero trust platform. When you take the traditional architecture with a firewall, everything is again from the user's perspective to the applications is completely connected with networks. It's a hub and spoke model, right? I obviously have one of my friends here from a competitor thing. Nothing against you, but yeah, everything is connected to on the node-to-node basis or point-to-point basis through networks. With zero trust coming into picture, everything, especially your cloud, your internal applications, are isolated from the external network. Now, you might get a question. Now, let's say there is some, workforce that is there seated somewhere. Happens to it that the user is compromised. How do we verify that data? So we have an endpoint, client connector, which looks out for the device posture. Obviously, the faculties who have taken our trainings know this well. But after the device posture is checked, let's say I'm trying to access my corporate application using my personal phone. I don't have the endpoint on my personal phone. In that case, I get a limited read-only access to the data. Obviously, I have to verify myself. There is multi-factor authentication and whatnot. After multiple levels of authentication and checking for authorization is when I get access to the applications that I'm requesting for. But in layman terms, we are basically a switchboard which looks out for all the authenticated traffic and then hit the grant access so that the user can connect to the network or user can connect to the applications. We have 150 plus zero trust exchanges which are data centers worldwide. We process 500 billion plus transactions on a daily basis, and on a daily basis we log about 220 million plus malwares or threats. Could be anything, right from a phishing link all the way up to someone trying to exploit or infiltrate into a server. So these are some highlights, or I would say transactional highlights of what Zscaler has been doing. Now, as you know, everyone is fighting AI with AI. AI is a buzzword. Many people have started using AI for creating their own, generative images. Now, with AI, AI's plus points also comes some negative points, which is on the lines of someone being a targeted attack. How many of you have received a telephonic call from an international number talking for properties? It's all, the voice is so humanized that it is very difficult for you to also look out if this is a genuine person talking or if it's a machine-readed voice. So the way to tackle such attacks is don't talk as soon as you lift the call, because there are possibilities that they might be recording your voice. But on an organizational perspective, the way we handle such AI attacks is through cyber protection, where we have zero-day protection, phishing and C2 detection, obviously accelerated sandbox vertex. So whenever any new file is found on any of our client/user system, that automatically gets to the sandbox. Sandboxing is done on the file, looking out for different threats and different malwares or issues. If everything looks good, then a read-only access is given. Obviously, I'll not be demonstrating about that right away, but we can meet at the booth to show you how the read-only or the browser-isolated access looks like. Obviously, we have risk modeling, where we predict different risks based on our AI and ML engines. We have contextual risk scoring, vulnerability management, and not only that, but we also get into the other side, which is, I'll first go to the data protection part because that is something which is very necessary today, right from academy all the way up to ministries, right? So we see that the data discovery and classification is done based on the policies that have been set up by different organizations. Obviously, organization to organization, the requirements might be different. For example, how many of you are using credit card here? Almost all, right? You receive an email from your bank stating this is your credit card statement, right? Now that credit card statement is a password protected file, correct? But it also has some personally identifiable information. Now for example, the banks that are our customers, ICICI and HDFC, the way they send it out is obviously that's personally identifiable information about a customer, right? So the way that is sent out is there are exclusion properties or policies that are set up there. Anything which is related to 𝐴𝐵 will only be sent to 𝐴𝐵 and not to any of my colleagues or my friends, right? So that's something which is called as a completely isolated environment for each and every customer of any bank. Followed by obviously the co-pilots, where we have cyber detection and response, data protection, and a very important aspect of Zscaler's product portfolio, which is digital experience. How many of you have been facing internet issues here in the hotel? Are you sure is it the internet issue, or is it something, maybe there are multiple windows open on your Chrome browser, there is multiple RAM usage that's happening? So the digital experience product that we have, that basically assesses the user's score. The very first instinct that anyone gets whenever there is a buffer in a YouTube video is because the network is down, right? That's not always the case. It could be your RAM usage is way too high. There are some applications which are pulling out bandwidth. That's something which we also provide to our end customers. This is a very recent innovation that Zscaler has come into. Zscaler has its own zero trust SIM card today for IoT OT security, where these SIM cards can be plugged into any retrofitted, these are retrofitted and can be plugged into any of the vending machines, EV charging stations, factories, IoT OT devices, and you get zero trust security right in there. The way this works is all of the traffic that gets out from the SIM card goes to the Zscaler cloud. The Zscaler cloud looks out for any personally identifiable information going out, and if any malware is coming in, right? And it blocks it then and there itself. So your phone or your IoT OT device is isolated from the external attack surface. Yeah, so again, since I'll again not go deeper into this, but 15% of total Zscaler traffic comes from India, right from user transactions to malware threats detection. We have 7 data centers across India with 60 billion plus daily transactions handled in India itself, and 5 million plus users who are based in India, could be from our partner organizations or from our customers who are again secure. And again, this is third largest data center footprint that we have for Zscaler's business. Yeah. So coming on to that, what is it in for the academies, right? We have our curriculum. We have 2 models. One is for free, second is for fee, right? Who all are interested in the second model? Okay, I see a few hands coming, good. But trust me, that's not the case for India. The for fee model is majorly for our global academies, global ministries. For example, the Community of Madrid. We have partnered with the Ministry of NYU, New York University, Tandem. So the for fee program is mainly for them. We'll concentrate on the for free program, which is for India, right? We have our in-house content team that develops curriculum. We give it to you, up to you as to how do you want to deliver it. Now, why do we have that leverage? It's because, one, the very first thing that comes down to any faculty's mind is that the content should be easily understood by your students. Right? Now, for example, we have a content guy sitting here, Harish, who creates the content which is required for a customer or the partner level understanding. They have some understanding about Zscaler's products, but the students will not have. That's where his team dumps it down to students' understanding levels, and then we give it to all the academicians like of yours. You can design the curriculum as you want. If you want it to be integrated, we are happy to support it that way. If you want to run this as AICTE 𝐤𝐤𝐢𝐥𝐴 virtual internship, you can take it that way as well. We follow almost every corporate follows this. We as well follow the TTT or the train-the-trainer model, where we first train your faculties and followed by which the faculties becomes our hands and legs to train the students or the masses in your college. Discounted certifications, obviously for faculty we give 100% discount voucher. For students we heavily discount it. So the 75% number that you see here, it's majorly for the global audience, but for the Indian students we heavily discount it for 85%. And the beauty of our curriculum is that it is same across all the personas who are consuming our training, right from the partners, customer practitioners, employees, and also the students. So when it comes to interviewing candidates that our partners have been doing, it becomes easy for them also to understand how good has the student actually done in the courses. And the next session after mine is a dear friend of mine from, he's an ex-Zscaler, but now working with a partner company, Rajesh. He'll be taking up the next session, that again is on AI. But again, coming back to my session, the student learning path, as you know today, your students are taking the fundamentals of networking and cybersecurity, followed by Zero Trust Cyber Associate. As you know, ZTCA is again a certificate, global certificate exam recognized by many partners of ours and also customers. And we have seen students getting hired on the basis of ZTCA. We completely, remove the price part there for the students. It is at $300 listing price, but we give a 100% discount voucher like we have been doing for the last 2 years. Followed to which we have the next course, which is very product specific, Zscaler for users administrator. EDU 200, attached to it is a proctored exam. Now this proctored exam is, again, the listing price is $300, but we give a heavy discount of 85% for any number of students that want to take this. Let's say there are students from the EWS section, right? You just have to give us the number of students that are from that specific section. We don't require any proofs. We will be funding whole of their certification for one at a time. Now, today, one major thing that many academicians have come to me is what after getting the certificates done. Today, our partners and customers are looking towards the ZDTA certification because their practitioners are also going through the same. From a hiring standpoint, obviously, Zscaler's HR will be here tomorrow. He has his own agenda for tomorrow. He'll be addressing about that. But the way I want to push your students who are already trained and certified until ZDTA is through partners and customer fraternity. Partners given the first choice because they have maximum number of requirements when it comes to engineers who are already trained and certified on Zscaler. Upcoming launches, ZDTA certification, we have launched it for students, and I was myself shocked when the two students from AP Shah College were hired by Rajesh. In the very first attempt, they were able to clear that. Partners and customer practitioners also find it difficult to clear the ZDTA certification, having been worked on Zscaler's platform. So kudos to all of you. Let's give a round of applause to all the academicians that are here. We'll be launching a data security course. Again, these are also related to the LRP long range plan that we have for students. We'll be coming up with an ethical hacking and a BAPD course, Zscaler for Users Engineer, which is the next level of ZDTA, would also be launched this fiscal year, followed by the certification attached to it, which is ZDE. Is there something which is missing here? Sorry? COE, yes. So I do remember last year when we were here, when we were gathered at 𝐿𝐤𝐴𝐤 Connect, I did mention we'll be launching the COE in the month of August. However, there have been some technical difficulties and financial difficulties for launching the Center of Excellence. But we are aiming to launch this in the second half of Zscaler's financial year, which starts off from February. So once that is done, we'll be rolling it out to 𝐿𝐤𝐴𝐤 and you can file your nominations with 𝐿𝐤𝐴𝐤. With this, I end my session. Open to questions if you have any questions related to Zscaler. Okay, I'll take that as a no. Right? Either you have understood everything or you have understood nothing. Which is the case here? The first one, right? I hope it is. Alright. Thanks a lot. And I'll see you guys at the booth.